Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers mod showcase video. In today's video, what we're looking at is the WMI Weapons Collection 2, which are these lovely big cannons sitting behind me. So what I've done is set them all up, their little nameplates in front of them, thought I'd make it look a little bit nice, and we're going to go through them and give them a little fire. So this is a mod, so you will need to add this to your world settings before you actually load the game, because you can't load them in as a blueprint. So let's start with this little chap on the end here. This is the XP1 beam battery, which is this little thing right here. There's a lot of detail on these cannons, and they look marvellous when they fire. But this is the XP1 beam battery. We can change the colours should you wish, so let me just find a block. That and just change the colour. So if you really want to, you can change the colour, although I think my middle mouse button might be dead, so I can't change it. Moving along to this one, we have the XP1 pulse battery. A little bit different in its looks, but it's ultimately the same with the base. They look very different when they fire, but I'll get onto that in just a minute. Then we come across to this big boy over here. This is the XP3 beam battery. So this is the big daddy of the one we started with. We have the three lovely barrels here with a lot of detail on them. A lot of detail. You can move through these barrels here, by the way, so there's no risk of them getting in the way or clipping through anything. We have a nice little weathered effect on the cannons. A lovely base on the top there. Some nice detail. Good textures as well. Very good textures. And then we come across to this one, which is, of course, the big version of the second turret we did, the XB3 pulse battery. Once again, fantastic detail on the barrel. It's one of the things that drew me to this mod. It just looks marvellous. And then as we come around the outside, so once again, it's the same as the other big turret. It's mainly the barrels which are different and the way they fire. And then, last but not least, we need to come over to this little tiddly thing right here, which is the XP1 Laser turret. It's a tiddly little laser turret that packs a lot of punch. I had to put a cockpit there in order to take control of it, because you can only put these on a small ship. So underneath there is a rotor not attached to the base. But that's the turrets you get in this little pack. They look fantastic, and I can't wait to see people put these on their bases or large ships. But now it's time to fire them. So what I've done is basically set up a little chair with all the controls so I can fire them and then take control of them. So what I'm going to do is hide the HUD, and we're going to fire the first one. It lights up and shoots a lovely beam out. You can have it continuously fire if you want, but you can just make it shoot once and it does the job. Let's move along to the second one, which is the pulse battery. Ooh, it's a very quick pulse. Let's just fire that. Oh, it's got a bit of a recharge time. There we go. That is the pulse battery. Let's move along to the big beam battery, which will be number 3. It's basically as you expect. They all light up, and it fires 3 little beams shooting out. Let's come across to the big pulse battery. Lights up. Oh, I like the pulse batteries more than the lasers. They have a lot more oomph to their firing. Let's see if I can fire that again, and maybe get a good view from the top. Ooh, that's lovely. And then we have this little thing down here, but I'll need to hop out of my chair and come into the cockpit. Right here. Let me come back to my free camera. We can take a little looky down here. Yeah, it's just a little laser turret. If I keep tapping it, it makes an adorable sound. Yeah, that's basically it for the little one. And then if I was to hop back into the little seat over here, and yeah, let's press number 6. So this is the laser turret. Pretty good handling. We can zoom in a long way. Quite long. Yes, let's come out of that. Come to the battery. So this is the battery. Zooming in. Feels like it can zoom in a lot more, the battery. Let's come across to the big laser turret. It would be number 8. Ooh, this has got some weight to it. A lot of weight to the turning. Let's fire it into the ground. Ooh, that leaves a nice effect. Look at that. I might just fire that again. That's all. It also did quite a number on the base. So it's still reloading. Here we go. It leaves like a little sparkly fire effect. That's pretty damn neat. Let's hop out of that and come to number 9 and fire this. Oh wow. Wow. Ooh, I do like the pulse one. It looks better and it does a lot of damage. In fact, I want to look over at this hole. That's quite a nasty hole. It's almost like a warhead going off. And the last one is, well, it's basically just a small laser turret. I don't need to control that one. But shall I blow up the base? Yes, I will. Before I blow up the base, let's just look at some of the costs here. So the beam battery is 20 metal grids, 50 computers, 40 superconductors, 35 power cells, 30 motors, 35 large steel tubes, 100 construction components, and 225 steel plates. And that is the same for the pulse battery as well. So it's relatively cheap to build, surprisingly. And then, of course, we have the XP3s. Both of them share the same cost, but 120 metal grids, 225 computers, 250 superconductors, 200 power cells, 150 motors, 80 large steel tubes, 300 construction components, and 1,400 steel plates. For the actual damage that pulse battery did, it's pretty damn cheap to build. And then of course we have the small little laser turret, which is 15 computers, 5 superconductors, 8 power cells, 10 motors, 3 large steel tubes, 27 construction components, and 35 steel plates. So adorable in size and firing as it is in build costs. But now, I think I'm going to use the pulse battery and turn it towards the ship over here. So here is the poor, unsuspecting atmospheric fighter ship that you get on the starting base, and I'm going to shoot it with my laser. The lasers themselves are not that powerful, really. It's kind of balanced. They go on for quite a while. In fact, let me just get back in here and take control of it. It does aim a little bit lower than when the reticle is. That's one of the little problems with this. But it's not overpowered at all. It's not like that other beam cannon that I showcased that just wrecks everything. It's really balanced, this. But what about the pulse cannon? So if I was to say... Oh, I forgot my buttons. I wanted number 9. Let's turn this big boy. I might... Ooh. Oh dear. Screw it. Let's just fire it. Goodbye, beam battery. The ship is flying! I hit it so hard, it has become alive. It's a real ship now. Be free. Oh. Oh, it's hiding. That's what it's doing. It's hiding so I can't shoot it. But it's not going to stop me. Oh no. Where is the other ship? Oh, oh, that is gone. That has been annihilated. It was just over here. And that is all that remains. All those pulse cannons. But yes, this is the WMI Weapons Collection 2. If you want to have some fancy beam and pulse weapons for your large ship or base, this is the pack for you. And if you want a tiddly little gun to sit on your small ship, you can, with a little laser turret. So yes, it'll be in the description below if you wish to download it and try it yourself. And I'll be back with another video somewhere soon. Bye bye.